Let us begin with the sloka. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhirilitam kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhubi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is clear instruction to remain somehow united with God. The last time we have discussed, he is asking the devotees that to remain somehow united with God. And he has given the process also, suggested the two methods. One is karma yoga, another is mana yoga. And about the karma yoga, as the last time we have discussed, and he is mentioning here also, as because you are the householders, you must perform through karma. What are the karmas, what are the work, what are the duties and responsibilities of the householders? They call it 5 yajna. What are the 5 yajnas? Deva yajna, Rishi yajna, Pitri yajna, Nri yajna and Bhuta yajna. These are the 5. First is Deva Yajna. What is the Deva Yajna? To worship God or Goddess. Every day morning you must have to perform. Whatever the God or Goddess you believe, or little puja, etc. Second is Rishi Yajna. Rishis, the thinkers, they have given you the scripture. They have discovered the truth, and that truth has been given to us. So reading the scripture is also a must, at least 1 or 2 pages every day. And second, Pitri Yajna, remembering the ancestors. So remembering the ancestors are also the gratefulness, expression of the gratefulness. Now our Durga Puja is coming. After a few days, there will be all the devoted Hindus, they will go to the rivers, the holy rivers, and they will offer the water, remembering their ancestors. So why water? Because we know the Atman has no form. We will discuss that. Sri Ramakrishna is coming to that topic. The Atman has no form. But at the same time, I, this moment, do not understand that formless condition. So those who have given me this birth, the life, the culture, the family, I remember them, I am grateful to them. So that is Pitri Yajna. And the fourth is Nri Yajna, helping the poor people. Not only poor, sometimes people, their understanding, thinkings are not clear. So if we can counsel with them, listen to their worries and anxieties and problems, that is also a service. So Nri Yajna, helping the beings, and then finally Bhuta Yajna. There's some of the beings all around us, so we should also try to imagine that we have to remember they are also helping us to survive. So we must help them. The birds, the reptiles and all others, they're all depending on the human being. We should not forget. Ma Sharadamani Devi said in that the Bengal villages, Indian villages, so they said when you are finished with your food, whatever the leftover is there, which the cows can eat, you should give it to the cows. Don't waste it. Don't throw it away. And then ultimately whatever remaining, the corner, some portions of the rice and those things, throw it in the water. Fish will eat it. But in this country, I don't know, they will allow or not. But in our country it is possible. So you go and give it to the, so like that. So this is called Bhuta Yajna, Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitri Yajna, Nri Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. So we discussed that. And then he said that in different stages of life, different duties and responsibilities. Different stage. In the beginning, Brahmacharya, Garastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. So these are the stages and different type of responsibilities. I really wonder at the time of Brahmacharya, when the young minds are supposed to learn, they are so busy in many other things which they are not supposed to think. In Sanskrit they say, Abhyaparesu Vyaparam. This is not your duty, this has nothing to do with you, but you are engaged thinking in that. The politics and these and that, they are not supposed to think about that. The people are there, their parents are there, the guardians are there, they will take care of the society, all the problem that is coming. These young minds, this is their duty to only to learn, learn and learn. And then having the friendship and these, college life means fun. No, go say. College life means complete dedication to the study. No fun at all. Fun will come afterwards. Because you are in that. So this is, as because we are not paying attention to my duty properly, what is happening? I am becoming a burden in the society. I cannot help the society. I am becoming a burden. By that way, I am suffering and creating the problems in the society too. So this is that Ramakrishna is telling. And again, there is the another Mana Yoga. What is the Mana Yoga? Always and every moment united with God inwardly. Always and every moment united with God, not remembering, united with God inwardly. And Sri Ramakrishna gives the examples of two great personalities. One is Jadabharat, another is Shukadeva. We know about the Shukadeva, who was not having the body consciousness at all. He all the time used to merge in the Atman. So that is the way he used to roam. And there is a funny story. I don't know where from it came. Somewhere I heard. The Shukadeva was roaming around, no clothing, nothing, just like that. Because just like a baby, not having any body consciousness. Then Shiva and Parvati, they were passing. Parvati took it a great offense. Why he should be like this? Shiva told, look at it. He is not having any body consciousness. He is just going like that. He is constantly merging in the Brahman. The Parvati, no, I should curse him. So he cursed him. If you are roaming like this, go and become a camel in the desert. So the Shukha, the story says, he became a camel and he was roaming and he was also happy. Because camel body or the male body, no problem for him. His mind was constantly merged in the Supreme Brahman. Then after a few days, the Parvati was expecting that he will cry and he will beg pardon. Nothing is happening. What is this? Then she got curious and she said, let us go and see how is he. She was told, okay, let us go. And the camel was roaming around. Hey, you are a human being and now you have a camel body. So how you are now? I am fine, mother. There is no problem for me. Or rather, I am enjoying this body. You know why? Why? Because when I was a human being, I had to take the care for the nature's call. But now, because I am an animal, anywhere I can pee, no problem for me. So I am very happy. So that is a funny story. But the thing is, this is the way when one. So he says that Jadabharat and the Shukadeva. Apparently, Jadabharat, the people used to think he can't think, but he used to think about the Brahman. this Jada story. Now, but the renunciation of the world is needful for those whom God wants to be teachers of men. That this way, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna now comes and will read. He said the renunciation is a must for those who wants to be gurus. When the wants to be, that is a different thing. Whom the God is making the gurus, they must renounce. And it says like this, but the renunciation of the world is needful for those whom God wants to be teachers of men. One who is an acharya should give up lust and gold. Otherwise, people will not take his advice. When we find in the life of Jesus, he met some of the fishermen. He said, burn your boat and follow me. So that means you have to renounce the world. There should not be any bondage, any attachment. Otherwise, you can never become a teacher of man. What is a teacher of man? Through your life, through your character, through your behavior, through your presence, people will understand what is God and what is spirituality, what is religion. That is the teacher of men. So Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning about it. Then he is telling, that always in the scripture you will find, they will always also show as a positive, negative also. Why? Because then you will understand it clearly, what one should not do. I have seen the Acharya of Adi Brahma Samaj. In those days it was very, very popular, Adi Brahma Samaj. I understand that he has married for second or third time. He has grown up children, and such men are teachers. Sri Ramakrishna, the note of exclamation you have mentioned over here. If they say God is real and all else illusory, who will believe them? So what you are saying, you are not following that. That is hypocrisy. You should not do that. Then how people should follow you? So this what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, then he is telling, like teacher, like disciples. This type of people also get some disciples. Everyone. Ranganathanji used to say, all will have their followers. So like teachers, like disciples also. But in Bengali, the words Ramakrishna used, that is very strong. But I am not mentioning that here. Even if a sannyasi renounces lust and gold mentally, but lives with them outwardly, he cannot be a teacher of men. So this is very, very important for the sannyasins. He is telling, no, they cannot. So you are leading householder's life. Immediately is coming to the householders. It is necessary for you to live in the company of the holy men. First of all, the company of holy men, then Shraddha, and immediately explaining faith in God. Faith in, what is Shraddha? Faith in God. How it will come? By seeing that holy man, holy person. By seeing the holy person, the faith in the existence of God will come. How? You will see that person always happy, always equal to everyone. So then you will understand how this man can live in this way. All the time happy, broad-minded, accepting everyone, and also caring for everyone. How it is possible? So the faith in God will come by seeing a holy person. So Sri Ramakrishna in 2 lines is mentioning, you are leading householders' lives. It is necessary for you to live in the company of holy men. One person came back in Andaman. He came and he told, Swamiji, my mother cannot eat without monks. So she brought the mother, but in Andaman the guest house is there, but we don't keep the, because so many hotels and other restaurants are there, and people have different type of choices. If you give the food, it's so difficult to satisfy, and we were not having proper cooks too. So I said, you can stay, but go out only a kilometer, so you can get all the good shops and food. But this boy, young man, he told, my mother, she cannot eat without the company of monks, so she will come and eat with you. I told, how many monks are there in your house? Ask your mother to eat with them, so that will be all right. You are the monk, take your mother. So it's not a fun, that the company of that is not like that. The company of a monk means not the other facilities, but the knowledge. This is main, this is very important. Whenever you are coming to the person, you have to understand, I have come over here not to get these or that. I must have knowledge of God. And knowledge of God by seeing Him, understanding Him, liking Him. And how can I like? When I see the positiveness in that person. Everything should be positive. The one lady was asking, someone, Gerua clad, told her a negative thing. He told, do you think that person is correct? I told the first, I don't know, but the thing is, those who says the negative way cannot be correct. The breaking the mind is not good. Inspiration, always, every moment. So that's why the great word that Rabindranath Tagore wrote about Swami Vivekananda, in him everything is positive, nothing negative. When Swami Vivekananda was talking about his own people, the country, and he was telling, what is it? Every time you are thinking negative, no. Are you going to become a negative? So that is only a fatherly rebuking to awaken. It is not negative comments. So this Ramakrishna is mentioning, and he is giving, even if one has attained knowledge, one must still constantly practice God consciousness. Then he is explaining. Then afterwards, someone was telling Manilal, the gentleman, he was telling, Keshav Sen's mother came here the other day. The two Manilal, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, two Manilal, Keshav Sen's mother came here. The young boys of her family sang the name of Hari. She went around them clapping her hands. I noticed she was not much stricken with grief over Keshav's death. She observed the fast of Ekadashi here and counted her beads. I was pleased to see her devotion to God. So the Keshav Chandra Sen, the son has passed away, but the mother is not that way affected. That moment it was, but afterwards not affected. Why? Sri Ramakrishna is appreciating because not much of attachment. Rather turning the mind towards God. Manilal, Ram Kamal Sen, Keshav's Babu's grandfather, was a devotee. He used to sit in a tulsi grove and repeat God's holy name. Then Pari Mohan, Keshav's father, was also a Vaishnava devotee. Keshav Chandra Sen was the leader, almost a founder leader of the dispensation Brahma Samaj. But Manilal is giving the history. His grandfather was in a Kamal Kutir. If you go to Calcutta, you will find still that house is there, Kamal Kutir. I went because Sri Ramakrishna visited that house, and the Keshav Sen was a great personality. He moved the whole Indian psyche at that time. So I visited that house, Kamal Kutir. They were very rich people. And his father, Parimon, he was also the devoted master. The son could not have been so devoted to God if the father had not been like that. Look at Bijay. His father would become unconscious of the world in divine ecstasy while reading the Bhagavata. Vijay can hardly control his emotion while uttering Hari's name. He sometimes stands up, he sometimes stands up from his seat. The forms of God that Vijay sees nowadays are all real. Vijay Krishna Goswami, you all know, used to come to Sri Ramakrishna. He was seeing the different forms of God. When the mind comes to the throat, people like to speak about God. And when they speak about God, the other people who they are hearing, they like it very much. And when the mind comes on the sixth, that is in between the two eyebrows, then that person sees gods and goddesses, different forms. So that is exactly what happened to Vijay Krishna. So Sri Ramakrishna is saying that is real. Most of the people, they imagine. So this is real. Vijay is really guileless. One cannot realize God without being guileless and liberal-minded. Guileless, Sharalata, and liberal-minded, accepting all others also. So the majority of the time we appreciate those who are narrow-minded. Why? Because we are not very much concerned about God. We are concerned about our social status, political standard, and economical views. And they will speak about God or reality or the truth in their own way only. The one group of people, they came and told, why don't you remove the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna practice of the Islam? I said, but that is a history. If you don't mention, after a few years, people will forget about it. What is it? So this is the way they think that Hinduism will be great. People say, I don't know, you have to go and talk to the Villamot people. But why should we? That is the truth, and that is the great truth. But they won't understand. This is a very peculiar, because his mind is becoming so narrow. So this, the Sri Ramakrishna himself is telling that without, one cannot realize God. This is the key word, realize God. Talking about God are thinking that they are propagating the God, Ganesha, Kartikeya, this, that, and they are egoistically, they are jumping and doing and thinking they are doing. They do not understand that God is all powerful. God could do if He wanted, and without being guileless and liberal-minded. Then Sri Ramakrishna is singing. You will attain that priceless treasure when your mind is free from strain. Amulya dhan pabire mon ole khati. There's a group of people called Vaishnava, that's Baul. The Bauls, they will be singing like this. And through the small, the couplets, and through the music, they will sing and dance, and that will be printed in the minds of the ordinary people. Amulya dhan pabire. Some people will think, oh, that must be very precious. That will be very good if we can get. Some will understand this is God. Some will not. Like this it will go. But mon hole khati. What is the khati? You have to stick to truth. That is the main thing. You have to stick to truth. I went to this Toronto, and I spoke on Vivekananda effect. Then I was telling this, that why these Hindu people, particularly in India, who were so truthful, they were ready to give the life for the truthfulness. Even our grandfathers, they will never do anything if it is something false. Never do. The truthfulness. How come that after independence it has completely gone? This truthfulness, where it has gone? They are so truthful. Forget about Ramachandra, our God, our ideal. As because his father gave the word, he were ready to sacrifice, and he did that sacrifice. And about us also, the ordinary people. If the person before dying, before remembering God, he will be remembering that I took some help from those people. My son, you must pay it back. That truthfulness. Where it has gone, why it has gone, why we have forgotten. So, Amulladhan pavide mon hole khati. What is that khati? Khati means this simple, guileless and broad-minded. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you cannot make a pot without first carefully preparing the clay. So, the moment he gives something, says something, immediately you will explain. Unless until your mind is pure, you are not going to realize God. Then he gives the example. He says, you cannot make a pot without first carefully preparing the clay. The pot will crack if the clay contains particles of sand or stone. That is why the potter first prepares the clay by removing the sand and stones. So when we are trying to do something giving the shape, we must have to make the clay completely clear. Then only it is possible, otherwise not. Shankaracharya, in his famous book Vivekananda, he also mentioned, the verse is 181, Tat mana shodhanam karyam priyatnena mumukshuna. Mumukshu, those who were willing to realize God, very sincere to know God, just careless, they come to, okay, God is also there, many other things are also there. For them it is not. But those who are sincerely trying to understand God, first and foremost thing is, how you are going to realize God? Through this body? No, through the mind. And what is the problem with the mind? It is attached with the worldly things. So what you should do? You must have to detach yourself from the worldly things. Tat, therefore, mana sodhanam karyam, to purify the mind. That is the first thing one should do. Priyatnena mumukshuna, carefully, very carefully, one should do that. The training of the monastic life is this. What is the monastic life? First, the faith in the existence of God. Second, I am going to realize God. Third, I am going to realize it through my mind. Fourth, I have to prepare my mind. How to prepare? This. Sodhanam karyam Visuddhe saticha etasmin mukti karafalayate. The moment your mind will be clean, immediately you will get the God as if you are having something which is on your palm. It is already on your palm, you are going to get it and there will be no problem. So this way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Ramakrishna is now mentioning. The Vedanta says that a man does not even desire to know God unless he has a pure mind. Friends, sometimes some people, only the other day when I went to Bangavavan, one elderly devotee, he was asking, what has happened to me? How far? I told, you have come very, very far. We are not understanding this. Now, when you were a young person, have you ever thought that you will sit over here for 1 hour and listen to the discussion of a monk? Or read the gospel? Or the Kathamrita or anything? No. But now you are doing. That means you have come to a great extent. Every day when there is a discussion on the gospel, you feel really sorry and restless. When you cannot attain that, that is the sign that you are progressing, you are going towards God. But we always think that from now onwards I am beginning. No, we have already began. And I have made a great progress. That is the reason we always come and listen, and then we try as best as possible. The Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Visuddhe sati, that is Shankara's, Visuddhe sati cha etasmin. We have to purify the mind, and this is possible, otherwise it is not. The Vedanta says that a man does not even desire to know God unless he is pure mind. Now friends, again and again we listen to the word purity. What is this purity? And I always quote that Jesus said, blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. Here Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, you can see God if your mind is pure. The same words, the two great personalities, 2000 years before the Jesus said, and 200 years before, Sri Ramakrishna said, pure mind. What is the purity? Only no desire for the worldly things, that is purity. No desire for the worldly things. But that doesn't mean that I won't eat, I won't drink, I won't do anything of this to survive. No, that is not the wrong thing. Whatever is necessary I must do, but at the same time, not with attachment. Rather understanding these are all temporary things, it is going to change, and it's no, just I am living with them, enjoying that much. When it is raining, I use the umbrella. There is nothing wrong. Oh, why you shouldn't use the umbrella? There was a group of people at that time, the wrong conception comes, the monk should not use umbrella, monk should not use the shoes, monk should not use the upper garments. And even today if you go, of course, because it is a very warm place, the southern side of India, states of India, the bare body they go. That doesn't mean that is religion. Even here also I have seen some people, the other day I saw a gentleman completely bare body walking. He is thinking, he has seen, he is from the southern states of India, he has seen from his childhood the religious people are always bare body, so he thought, in America also, good that that day it was not cold, and outside bare body he was must be a very educated person, must be either a doctor or an engineer. Most of the Indians there are like that, or the scientists and professors. But look at it, wrong conception. He is thinking, put off the dress or the garments on the upper body is religion. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. This we cannot get, we cannot understand unless we listen to this type of words. The pure mind is necessary. And what is the pure mind? The drinking the only Ganga water and boiling the double boiled rice, it is nothing like that. Pure mind means no attachment to the worldly things. One cannot be guileless and liberal-minded without much tapasya, or unless it is one's last birth. And what is tapasya? That Tuesday we discussed, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, somehow you have to keep your mind in God. That is tapasya. Somehow. The tapasya, what is tapasya? Mind is going this way and that way. Again and again we have to bring it. Mind, this is the best place. Go to God, go to God, go to God. As the mother, as the parents, they always guide the young children. Go and see it, go and read, go and learn. Why? Because they know that will be good for them. That is the time to learn. Same way, you have to take care of your own mind. One should not be angry with the mind. You have to just treat the mind as a very young, naughty child. The other day when you went to see the church where Swami Vivekananda sat, I think yesterday, all of us we went, we saw a mother child. This little, girl, she was so furious. She was shouting at the mother, crying and throwing all the best doll the mother gave, she threw it. She was not liking, but the mother, American mother, going on talking to her, sweetie, sweetie, like that. Then after some time, again it was all right. Exactly the same way we have to treat our mind. We have to treat our mind in that. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Sometimes some people, without preparation, they try to control the mind. They lose their balance, mental balance. That you should not do. So slowly the purification. What is the purification? Take out one by one the attachment to the worldly things. And when the attachment to the worldly things are not there, where the mind will go? Automatically towards God. And how you will understand that it is going towards God? You will like to read the holy books. And when you are reading the good books, including the Upanishads, the Vedanta, very different type of expressions over there, but you will like. Then sometimes you will like the philosophies or different quotations when you are reading that gives you encouragement. That proves that you are on the right track. And previously someone used to go to the movies and going with the friends and party and these that, slowly distasteful. You are not liking it. That shows you are on the right track. Only two things are there, world and God. Nothing else. Only two, this world and God. This world, all different five senses that enjoys. Smell, taste, sight, sound and touch. That's all. These are the five things. If you are slowly withdrawing from these, where the mind will go? There is no other place to go, God only. Sometimes in the Ramakrishna mission, some Swamis, the little reveal type. So whenever they are posted to any center, that center head will complain to Velurmat, no, it is not possible to work with him. He is always rebellious. So please change him. So he goes on getting changed from different centers, and he came to Advaita Ashram. Advaita Ashram is very liberal, so no problem. So one day I found him in the afternoon. He is pacing up and down on the terrace. We were young brahmacharis who used to go and do some physical exercise. We made the name Vivekananda, that club like that. And he was pacing. Then I saw that he's smiling. I said, Swami, what happened to you? It seems you are very happy. Oh, yes. See, this is the last posting in India. Because almost all the Indian centers, they posted me, and all the monks are not liking me, only this center. And if I can somehow had a fight with the in charge of this place, then where the Velurmat will put me? They will send me to foreign country. I'll be very happy. So simple and so wonderful Swami he was. So he was just like that, making fun. So I will go to foreign countries. And suppose in the foreign country means they will put you in Bangladesh, what will happen to you? So that was Bangladesh in Tandal. No, I don't know Bengali, so they won't put me in. No, what is there? You will go and learn Bengali. So then he was, no, don't say like that. So sometimes brahmachari's word become true. So this is the way, sometimes we think, and then the funny way it goes, we have to understand liberal mindedness. And Sri Ramakrishna comes to this. He said that Pandit from Sithi is a very close, just opposite to the Ganga. This side the Belurmat, the other side is the Sithi. Is very good. The Pandit means a Sanskrit scholar. I discussed Vedanta with him. Sri Ramakrishna never attended in his school. And he said, I discussed Vedanta with that Sanskrit scholar. So what is this Vedanta? It's not only reading, it's a realization. Then we come to the main topic, that the pure Atman is unattached. The pure Atman is unattached. We were talking about unattachment. When the mind slowly withdrawing from the God, it becomes completely unattached. When it becomes completely unattached, what it become? Pure Atman. It says like that which is pure Atman is unattached. Maya or Avidya is in it. In the Maya or Avidya, the power of God, we say, is in it. In Maya, there are three gunas. How perfect! Sri Ramakrishna is telling. He never read, but he realized it. So it is nothing wrong. Everything is perfectly, he is mentioning. What is this Vedanta? Vedanta, the last part of the knowledge is this Atman, which is pure, which is unattached, and it is having a power that's called Maya, and in that Maya there are three gunas. What are the three gunas? Sattva, Raja and Tama. And that's all. The Hindus, the founders of the Hindu religion, the Sanatana Dharma, they were just like the scientist. Everything analytical, the Sattva, Raja, Tama. These three gunas also exist in the pure Atman. Note it. These three gunas are also existing in the pure Atman. Because we believe that only Atman is there and nothing else. Brahman is there. Atman and Brahman are the same thing. Sometimes we say Atman, sometimes Brahman. Sometimes when it is the sum total of all individual Atmans, we say it is Brahman. And then Atman means individual. Or sometimes it is Paramatma, Supreme Brahman, and also the Atman. Sattva, Raja, Tama is there, but Atman itself is unattached. A butcher was carrying a load of meat when he touched Shankara. Shankara means the Adi Shankaracharya. Shankara exclaimed, "What? You have touched me?" Because there's a person who is doing some low job and this. The butcher replied, "Venerable sir, neither have you touched me, nor have I touched you. You are pure Atman, unattached." So that is called Vedanta. On this particular Manisha Panchakam, Shankaracharya, after this dialogue, he wrote the 5 verses, and there he was commenting to himself, taking oath himself, the 5 things that now I accept. What is that? Those who have realized Atman, whether they are low birth or higher birth, they can become guru, they can become teacher. This is my realization. Manisha, that is after thinking Panchakam. We had a wonderful retreat over here on these 5 verses. The pure Atman is unattached, and one cannot see it. I is capital. One cannot see it. If salt is mixed with water, one cannot see the salt with the eyes. That which is the pure Atman is the great cause, the cause of the cause, the gross, the subtle, the causal, and the great cause. The gross, the subtle, and the causal, and the great cause. So that is the great cause. The 5 elements are gross. What are the 5 elements? You know that, huh? Pancha Bhutas, the 5 elements. The Panchabhutas, when you see that they are doing the arati, that Panchabhuta they use, the 5 elements. With the five elements, he said, and along with that, mind, buddhi, ego are subtle. 5 elements are gross, and mind, buddhi, and ego are subtle. These 3 things are subtle, and 5 are gross. Together is this Maya, and they are all the time getting the mixture of the Sattva, Raja and Tama. This is the whole thing, and so clear. The small way we can explain, we can understand. Only this, that all these things are coming from that Supreme Being, the great cause. Now, if I am happy with the power of God, why God will take me to His place, or I can reveal Himself to me? God won't. I am happy with His all dolls and playthings. The God will go on. It's okay. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So when you are not, then only you are getting. In the story of our Kathopanishad, the young boy, when he wanted to know about the Atman, then the Yama, the king of death, he told, I will give you everything, which even the gods cannot get to enjoy. I will give you that. Go and enjoy that. He said, no. Let all those be with you. I don't need those. I want to know the Atman. So you have to be careful. We have to be careful. The pure Atman alone is our real nature. Real and unreal. Swami Vivekananda gave a wonderful talk. Pure Atman is our real nature. And what is Jnana? This see, Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Usually always we think that Sri Ramakrishna means a Kali temple pujari. And in Bengali there's a long back, there's a movie came and one gentleman acted as Sri Ramakrishna, and seeing him we all think that Sri Ramakrishna means just like this. That he'll be constantly, the shaking and cannot talk properly, all the time crying for mother. There's a pure knowledge. Advaya tatta samahita chittam prajjala bhakti patabrita vittam karma karevara adbhuta chestam yami gurum sharanam. That is Swami Vivekananda composing about Sri Ramakrishna. He's pure Advaita. When some of the disciples of Swami Vivekananda, they were doubting that Swamiji is asking us to practice meditation without taking the help of Sri Ramakrishna's picture, that is wrong. They wrote to Mother, Ma Sharadamani Devi. The Swami Vivekananda is telling like this, is he right or wrong? Right, Mother said. Your Guru, Sri Ramakrishna, is Advaita, and you are also Advaitin. And why she said that? Look at here. This pure Atman alone is our real nature. Real nature. What is this jnana? To know one's own self and keep the mind in it. And it is to know the pure Atman. Now, we find that today morning, with the devotees who are attending the retreat, they have come from India and South Africa. In the morning, every day they are chanting. You may remember today we were chanting from the Bhagavad Gita. And in the Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, and particularly 17 to 30, these are the verses. Sri Krishna, he is explaining to Arjuna what is Atman. And all these verses in a different way, he is mentioning this is Atman, this is Atman, this is Atman. And then he said, to make him understand, na jayate mriyate ba kadachin. Na jayate mriyate ba kadachin. Na ayam bhutva bhavita bana bhuyaha. In the past, present, future, every time he was the same. He never took birth. He never died. Ajo nitya shashatoyam purana na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Ajo nitya shashyato purana. With these 4 words he wanted to. It is unborn, aja, eternal, nitya, changeless, shashyata, purana. It is ever itself. So these are the 4 qualities through which they are trying to give us the picture of Atman. Why? It is subjective. Friends, I have made a list. And what is this Atman? In different places, they have tried, the rishis, the great soul, those who have realized, they tried to tell it. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in one place said, I tried to tell you about the God, what is God? But someone is holding, choking my throat. Don't allow me to speak. So you have to realize, then only you will understand, otherwise not. And what are this list? Atman is identical with Brahman. This, as Sri Ramakrishna said, Atman, Brahman. Atman is the supreme reality, ultimate reality. Reality means existence and nothing else. Atman is beyond names and forms. And in a one line, only in one line, it says, Asti bhati priyam. Nama Rupam. These are the 5. Chetangsha Panchakam. From the consciousness, these 5 things come. Asti, Bhati and Priya. Existence, knowledge and bliss. And Nama Rupa, any form and its name are all worldly things. The Atman is beyond words and speech. The Atman is beyond mind and senses. It cannot be expressed, it cannot be thought also. The Atman is the limitation of space-time causation. Limitation that you cannot bring it within this space-time and causation. Immutable, Atman is immutable. Atman is undifferentiated. Atman is imperishable. Atman is unperceptible. Atman is without activity. Atman is the absolute existence. Atman is the absolute consciousness. Atman is the absolute bliss. Atman is the source of everything. So this is the Atman. How else they will be able to express about Atman? As because this is subjective, so that is why on the 29th verse of the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it says that Sri Krishna is mentioning Ascharjavat pashyati kaschitenam Ascharjavat badati tataiva chanya cha anya Ascharjavat cha anya srinoti srutva opi enam Veda nachaiva kaschet. Otherwise it is impossible. They say, they say Atman is marvelous. Ascharjavat. Ascharjavat badati tataiva cha anya. And others, they say, it is wonderful. It is ascharja. Then there is how that they are expressing that God, the Atman is here, Atman is there. Atman is very close, Atman is very far. Atman is outside, Atman is inside. How you will understand? Everywhere. Tad ejati tanvai dujati. Tad dure tadantike. Tad antarasya sarvasya. Tadu sarvasya bhayyata. So this is called Atman. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Srutva opi enam Veda nachaiva kaschet. Hearing also people do not understand. And that is the reason, including Shankaracharya, they have propagated Dvaitism. Otherwise people won't be able to understand. That's why Hinduism always for this, the pure Advaita. Hinduism never believes the existence of gods and goddesses, never believed even the heaven. That is Hinduism, and no form at all. But at the same time, Hinduism understand to go to that level, you have to give them steps. So the rituals, and so the images, so the stotras, songs, pujas, and so many things. Thank you, friends. We will study how Sri Ramakrishna is explaining. Now, please repeat after me. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Friends, now today is Tuesday, and this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be the retreat, and all of us, those who have registered, we will go to Ganges. And this time, our devotees will go in a big bus. So some of you, those who have already registered, if you like to avail the bus, I think you can also go. It will be a 50-seater bus, so you can avail that. But those who have not registered, I am sorry, the accommodation won't be possible because it's completely full. But Saturday you can come and attend the whole day program, or daily you can go attend, and that is also possible, but accommodation is not possible this time. So this is, and secondly, we had a wonderful fall banquet. I will send you the report with the pictures and others. It was really good, and many people came forward to help us. That the proposal we kept over there, that's for the Home of Harmony. That's a very good response. And other peoples are also coming with the pledges or with the promises that they will also help us. It's a big project, but it will be really, really great project. No one ever thought like this, but that is the main idea of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda, and that should be in this country, in Chicago. Why? This is the place where Swami Vivekananda expounded the pure Vedanta by telling and through the lectures that all are leading to the same goal. This truth which his Guru, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, lived in his life. So we should try to do that. Thank you very much. But whoever has come today, please go and have the dinner. For all of you, the dinner will be available. Please go and have the dinner. Okay.